want clout. We don't want anything else.
But
We do not.
I think they will come to a point where people are losing their jobs.
Michelle Obama, yeah, on your face,
You wish,
and it
bro.
could look like I'm literally sitting with Michelle Obama right now, which I do.
You have to be, Megan Fox, one of her fingers is bent.
It'd be nice if politicians came out and said, especially like a prime minister, just said, okay, look, this is what happened and it went wrong. But anyways, come.
Yo guys, it's your boy Amir from Ring Talk.
And it's Abdullah here from Ring Talk as well.
Welcome to another episode 2. Episode 1 is a big, huge success. Everyone's been talking about it, everyone's been sharing it. Really big shout out to everyone, to our family and friends that's giving us huge support.
Yeah, just want to say, huge Jazakallah. I mean, it's honestly way better than we imagined the amount of support we've gotten.
Yes.
I think just when we released just a trailer, like, I wouldn't say it was flooded with Instagram comments, but the love was definitely there, and we're definitely feeling
a
it.
lot of support.
Yeah,
and a
definitely.
lot of people are saying, I've been getting a lot of messages, bro, I want to come on your podcast, I'm thinking, inshallah.
And you know what? The truth
hell
is,
no, you're not coming on our podcast. Hell no.
Actually, no, jokes aside, inshallah. You know what?
Some of you will, inshallah, just succeed in life. Then yeah,
Some of you
gain
just-
followers.
You just shut people down, man. Some people are gonna start crying now. They're gonna be like, no way.
Gain followers, then if you go with 10k followers, you're coming down here.
You know what? This podcast purely runs on clout.
Yes.
We want clout. We don't want anything else.
100%.
We do not care about who you are and what you have to say.
Yep.
We just want you to come in here and bring us clout.
Yeah, 100%. We want to become famous and make some money off this place.
That's it, bro. The plan is to make money off every single one of you guys.
And then you know what? Don't have to work for the rest of your life. Like episode 1, 95 jobs. We don't want 95 jobs.
Exactly. That's
We
the
want
plan.
real life.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So please tune in, support our dreams of becoming early retired and living off you
Yo.
guys. This is our podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And another thing that we also need to point out is the fact that if you want to go on our podcast, no.
Yes.
okay, let's stop this, man. Let's stop this. I don't even know.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's way too late for
You know
this.
what?
It's way too late for this, man.
Way too late, man. Episode 2, we're just like, you're going mad.
Just being like Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then it's like, okay, Monday to Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday. It's like literally.
But you know what's so
much,
funny,
man.
yeah? You know that our mates, yeah? Is you know what I know on a Saturday night? You chill. You go out with your mate, chill, you go shisha, or football, whatever, yeah? But we don't do that, no. Saturday night, we go home, we go sleep. We spend the whole day, all night, evening at home. Sunday night comes, everyone wants to jam. They want to go for shisha. They want to go this, that place, bowling, cinemas, wherever.
Yeah.
On a Sunday. Like, what going with you, man? Everyone goes out on a Saturday.
I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that I think in our friendship group for some reason, everyone's just been feeling really fatigued. Like Friday night comes and okay, yeah, we got a bit of energy on Friday night to chill a bit. And then next thing you know, Saturday night, everyone just, oh man, I'm tired, man, I can't be arsed. And then Sunday, I think after some good rest, we're like, yeah, bro, let's do something. But then we realize it's Sunday night, we got work the next morning or whatever. it is you have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, today we got some exciting topics coming forward.
Yes, yes.
I think you guys should take a guess for a few seconds what we're going to talk about. 3, 2, 1. Okay, guess is done.
All right, so yeah,
we are
what's
talking
the
about-
topics? We're talking about artificial intelligence. That is something that's spoken almost every day from the last 8 years or so. Everyone's been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the AI is amazing. Everyone's using it for just do their essays and universities and college. ChatGPT, and you use ChatGPT a lot.
I
don't know
love
why.
ChatGPT.
I use it sometimes, but not always. But you just use it for everything.
Yeah.
You lazy bum.
It's not that. You know what it is, look, right? I purely rely on ChatGPT because it's so much more informational than Google. Like Google, okay, you got to sift through. It's better, of course, if you need to know more information. Google is sometimes better, but ChatGPT is so good for quick answers. Like you want more detail, you just say, "Yeah, give me more detail," or "Oh, what's
Yeah.
this about this?" And then next thing you know, it's got a whole paragraph written for you. ChatGPT has truly simplified my life in every element of my
I think
life.
it's
I love it.
everyone.
I
like
love it.
even like our mom and like, oh, they love ChatGPT. You have you heard Chat? Like just just a few weeks ago, I was like, have you heard of ChatGPT? I'm thinking, well, where you lived? Like everyone's heard of ChatGPT. Like everyone's using it.
The weird thing is the build-up, right? So I remember a few years ago, there was always a talk about AI in the back of people's minds.
Yeah.
Notably, Elon Musk. He always pointed it out. He always said, "Oh, AI, we need to be monitoring AI. We need to make sure it's regulated, and we need to look, make sure that nothing goes wrong, and AI has a dark side." And no one really cared. I'll be honest, because nothing really emerged.
That's true.
But once OpenAI came about, and they released ChatGPT, I remember the first day. I remember Gary Vee or something posted about it on Instagram, and I remember my brother just came to me. He's like, "Yo, look how cool this is. It's something like this is fresh when ChatGPT came." I remember hearing about it quite early. And I just remember, oh my goodness, I was like, okay, it's probably something cool. I went on it and I was like, yo, this is nuts, man. Like
so
this is
sick.
talking like a human being.
Yeah.
It's giving me, it just is scoping data, scraping data, I don't know what to call it. It scrapes data from the internet and then it presents it to you and in words, like a language, like it speaks English. Like
It's
I
like
was
a whole.
what is this?
It's like a whole human being, which is sick. And you know what? I remember when I was in primary school, everyone talked about AI, AI. People were making movies of it. Will Smith was in a movie. It's called I Robot. That's a
Yeah,
sick movie.
yeah.
That movie is so sick.
I think the
That's
most
about
coolest thing about
AIs.
that movie is about how a robot grows a subconscious. Because like
Yeah.
talking about AI, right? Everyone has a concern right now, and the concern is the fact that is it going to become like the Terminator soon, where we have robots and they're going to be killing us, or they're going to have their own thoughts
They'll take
and their
over
own
the world.
ideologies? Yeah, even if not take over the world, but AI could have a dark side where they're planning something. I remember reading something online. I don't know if this was true or not, but I remember reading something about how some, I don't want to call them computer freaks, or some government was investing in AI, and the AI, I think they had two robots or two minds, whatever you want to call it, AI
Yeah.
minds, and they were each started communicating with each other in their own language secretly. So they shut down the project. I don't know if this is true or conspiracy. I honestly don't know. I could be talking out of my backside here, yeah? But it did scare me a bit.
Yeah.
And being here right now is weird because, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of Naval Ravikant, but he says he believes that AI is not going to be as dangerous as people make it out to be. Like,
No, but it can be at the same time. I do feel like maybe I watch a lot of movies, innit? But I think that AI, I won't say take over the world, but I think they will come to a point where people are losing their jobs from AI. And
you know what?
a lot of businesses have already kind of started already. Like, for example, now if you go to a factory or drinks, for example, the drinks company or any company that's making things, it's all robotic now. Everything's robotic.
If I'm being honest with you, right, I disagree with that in one way. It's kind of like that question that, okay, when times advance and technology advances, the people that are put out of work, then I don't believe they're truly put out of work. I feel like the landscape for people working and the jobs there are in the market has always changed throughout time. I'll give you a really good example. Like, think of pre-internet life. Like, the internet came about, early 2000s properly. Maybe in the 1990s,
But
there was a bit.
started like the late 90s.
Yeah, I'd say the early 2000s started to come to fruition where, people actually started having computers and laptops and flip phones, and then social media came about in like,
Yeah.
2010, 11, 12-ish. You know what I mean? YouTube
Yeah.
came about and all the big apps. But think about it, back then, people were saying the exact same thing about how, the internet's going to come and that's it. We're not going to have people working in certain industries anymore. Like, look at, for example, checkouts in shopping centers now. Like, checkouts a lot of them are self-automated. So
Yeah.
I don't believe that these people are part of jobs in one way. I believe that another market opens up. People don't talk about, like, I'll give a really good example. When the internet emerged, people don't talk about all the jobs that came with the internet too.
Yeah.
Think about social media. How many
Okay.
jobs have come out of that? People have started social media
100%.
marketing
Yeah.
agencies.
Yeah.
Think about, I don't know what.
No,
I
even
can't
like
think of
for
it.
example, Instagram, Facebook, there's got thousands, like the Meta itself, they've got thousands of employees there now.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
like looking at, ads, this, that, the whole system, how just managing the whole system itself.
So the way I see it is like things are getting rearranged. Like AI, okay, yeah, it might put some things out of business soon. Like, one thing I read into lately, which was quite interesting, is accounting. So accounting is basically Excel spreadsheets. How to
Yeah.
say exactly just that, but in one element it is. And someone was saying that soon they could develop a program in AI to account everything for you. Like, big companies will no longer have to pay people. They just have
Yeah.
a program that does the accounting automatically for them. And I'll be honest, I'm not saying this in a bad way. And I'm not trying to scare the people who have accounting degrees out there or going to get them soon. But there could be a time soon where accounting is done by a program. And certain industries are like that. But I also think that through AI, a lot is going to emerge. Like, a really
But
good
do you think that AI will bring a lot of jobs in programming? Where a lot of more people will go into learning a lot more programming, because there are not that many people that's going into programming in like courses and that compared to now. So maybe later on, a lot more people are going to go into more programming stuff, because that's why maybe there'll be more higher jobs.
Saying that, though, I think programming's always been on, it's always on the boom. It's been on the boom for the past 10, 15 years. Even right now, the demand for computer science jobs are high. Programming just in itself, like becoming your own coder, making programs or
Yeah.
coding, whatever it is, becoming a developer, I think there's a lot of demand for that. The whole world is heading there, even if it's not AI.
Everything's going electric for that
Yeah,
moment.
it's either you develop AI or you're developing another software. So I don't.
Yeah.
So I think one way to think about the jobs that are going to come out of AI, from the top of my head, I could think of like maybe AI regulation. Like, for example, right, even before AI emerged, there were a thing called deepfakes. Now, do you know what a deepfake is?
No.
No, so a deepfake is basically, right? So you're sitting here. I could have like Michelle Obama, yeah, on your face.
You wish,
and it
bro.
could look like I'm literally sitting with Michelle Obama right now, which I do wish is the case. She's definitely much more interesting than this guy. But anyways, I could be sitting across like Michelle Obama.
Listen, I wish you were
Or like
Megan
Tyson
Fox. I wish you were
Fury.
Megan Fox, man.
Oh, okay, keep it PG. Okay,
It's PG.
We're not gonna
She's an amazing actress.
We're not gonna start talking about the first time you watched Transformers. Yeah. Next thing you know, this podcast is gonna be it's gonna be shut down before it's even properly started.
There's nothing bad about it. I'm not saying it, but it's Megan Fox, man. She's a very beautiful actress. I think about that. What? Why is it? Listen,
Okay, that's the end of Megan Fox for now. But
you know one interesting fact about Megan
agree
Fox.
with your statement.
You know, and one interesting fact about Megan Fox. I know we're going to be.
I love how he knows facts about Megan. Let's hear this.
That's interesting. Thing is, I actually never. Someone from work actually told me about it, and I was said to him like, "You're very weird, fam. Like, your reels on Instagram is just very weird." He said to me, "You know, Megan Fox. You know, one of her fingers is bent."
No. I have actually seen this as well. So I haven't seen this.
I never realized until he gets a photo. Yeah, good start. I don't know what you look. I don't know what you look
Look,
like.
I do not care about the body parts of celebrities, whatever it is, yeah. But someone did weirdly point out to me as well. I don't know why, yeah. One of my friends was like, yeah,
It's
Megan
weird.
Fox, she's got a weird finger. I don't know, it's just kind of like, wait, what do you mean she's got a weird finger?
Because it was so weird.
Something like that. But anyways, let's get off this topic. Yeah, back to AI.
Before you get too excited, Abdullah.
innit?
But anyway, actually recently I seen on BBC News. I don't really watch the news, but it's on TikTok and it's kind of my feed page for some reason. But there's actually people actually designing an AI's skin of humans, but they're gonna put on this stick onto they're gonna stick the skin onto robots that will make them move like their facial expression, everything. How you doing right now with your face, like eating this and that, whatever you're doing, yeah.
Sorry, a bit.
They're actually doing that now, and it looks proper realistic. It looks sick. Yeah, and like if you cut off one skin from that part, it'll grow again.
Do you want me to be honest with you guys? I honestly think the body is a marvelous creation, and at the end of the day, I don't think it can be replaced. Like, okay, yeah,
100%
AI,
can't.
you can try and make skin. I mean, cloning was successful, but even then, come on, like placing a human body, you could make robots, yeah, but like flesh and tissue. I mean, like personally,
It's
I
sick, don't
think
worry.
it's
It's
never
so
gonna
sick.
happen. Like Islamically as well. Like I just think
I think it's gonna happen. They've already kind of started already. Like it's on the news. People already started. Like I think undercover America, USA, you know, they've got something already.
Guys, you want to start delving into conspiracies because he seems like he wants to start talking about USA, America, and Russia and
You
what they're
never
doing.
know, man.
You know?
You never know. It's the government and stuff. You know, you never know what they're doing.
I seen this funny meme today, yeah, and it was like I even sent it to my friends, and it was like, oh,
I never got it. Does that mean I'm not your friend?
okay, let's move past this. No, basically, it was something like, oh, when a top-notch university graduate who's done a master's and a PhD and is really smart and intellectual talks about a certain political issue, and it's just like the person's not interested. And there's another picture. It's like, oh, when an Uber driver from a third world country starts talking about politics, and it's like the guy's all interested in this and that, and that's so true. What is it? I know we're going off topic here, yeah, but what is it with Uber drivers, yeah, that just honestly happens so much to me, man. You sit in the car and these guys like, yeah, America is the one that's supplying arms to all these countries, and the biggest crook was this president. Yeah, John F. Kennedy got shot because he was this, and I'm hearing all sorts. I'm like, what are your sources? Where is your reference?
You know what? I think taxi drivers, Uber drivers, late night.
Oh, the
It's
best.
just it's entertaining itself.
It is
This should be a
entertaining,
show.
man. It's entertaining.
It's a camera in an Uber driver. Yeah, instead of a dash cam camera, yeah, there's how a camera is actually facing these man. The amount of comments they're gonna say is conversation they have with people.
Like-
It's funny.
Like when I say sometimes I have AirPods in when I don't want to communicate. But other times, yeah, when I say something like, oh, hello, assalamu alaikum, oh, he just starts talking. And then once he starts talking about something political, about like, oh yeah, this is going, especially what's going on in Palestine, the so-called Palestine-Israel conflict. Let's not get started about that. But anyways, when they start talking about that, it's always entertaining because not just because of what they're saying, because the viewpoint they're saying and the facts they pull out. Like they weirdly know or not. What is it with the Uber drivers? Like just knowing
I think when they're
they
bored,
read into the news.
I think when
quite a
they're
bit.
bored and they're looking for like obviously for jobs and that, they probably just go on the internet or some shit and just like start scrolling through random shit. I think that's what they're doing. You know?
Wait, what do you mean looking for jobs? Oh, look. Oh, I mean, oh, okay. I think we're looking for jobs and looking for another job. Okay. No, I mean looking, accepting.
Accepting, fares. Same
Yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah. Okay. And I
But
was gonna say the same thing.
recently I've had dead Uber drivers though. Like all I say is, yeah, boss, yeah, good. Don't talk after 10 minutes. Next,
Oh, yeah.
Next, you know it. So, boss, how long have you been doing Uber drive for? About 5 years. I'm like, all right, cool, sick. Next question. What time do you start? What time do you start? 5 in the morning. I was like, okay, how's the day been? Busy. That's how it is.
Nah, but you know
I'm there, I'm thinking, why am I having this conversation with Uber driver? The guy's giving me one-word answers. The guy don't want to talk to me, man.
You know what's super funny, yeah? The questions you mentioned, I think every single person mentioned those questions
Yeah.
in the Uber if they're gonna start talking. It's literally the same question. It's like, yo, oh, how long have you been driving for? Like, how long have you been an Uber driver? Oh, okay, this many years. Oh, what country are you from? It's either that, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what time do you start work today? Oh, so you've been busy today. Like, exactly. Question, and then you start going to some politics, man.
That's how you start a conversation. Then by the time he actually wants to talk to you, you already hear it.
Oh, bro. Then he's like, oh, shall I pull up right here? I'm like, yeah, he's perfect. And then the convo ends. And then you leave the car like, yo, that was so interesting, man. I never knew the civil war in Syria was like that. Oh, man. You got to love it. You know what? Yeah, we got to give a sincere shout out to all the Uber drivers, man.
Yeah, 100%.
All the Uber drivers out there, man. You guys are honestly, and I'm not saying this as a joke. I'm entertained when I'm basically
Not always,
taking-
I don't.
Not always, but I'm not gonna. I've had some of those rides where you just can't. Yeah, oh, that was a nice conversation with some.
But you know
random
what I
guy,
don't get about Uber drivers, yeah? Is you're an Uber driver, but how are you driving a Merc? Like an A-class.
I don't know.
C-class. Where is the money coming from? Like,
No, but there's
you
different
got some
types.
drug dealing on the side or something, fam. Like, go on, like, I'm sure Uber drivers don't get paid that much money, bro.
No, but it depends because like there's different types of Ubers, like Uber Excel and Uber Comfort. And there's all these modes. I don't use Ubers that much, and I'm cheap anyway, so I get the cheapest option.
I can
but-
tell you cheap.
You know what, guys? Can we point out? Yeah, what's going on with today's podcast? Because like it's literally me just taking the piss out of this guy. You know, I started off the podcast taking the piss out of everyone listening. Yeah,
Yeah.
saying we don't care about you, which is still true, by the way. And now I'm just taking the piss off Amir, and Amir's taking the piss out of me, and there's some triangle going on. Should we just close off the podcast right now?
You know what? I won't comment down below. Just take the piss out of us as much as you want. I ain't gonna take it to heart.
You know what? You know
As
what?
a woman, but
Say whatever you want about us, guys. In fact, I want the comment section to be full of hate messages and spam.
yes.
Hate as much as you can, please. Make it interesting.
And
You
if
know-
I hang myself, not because of you.
You know what? Next episode, yeah. Hopefully, we get some good roasts because next episode we're gonna put up these roasts and just roast each other. Yeah, I think that'll be a really good. roast.
That's a good
That'd be a
one.
really good idea.
Maybe we might have a guest. We never know. If we do have a guest, we're gonna roast the guest. Roast chicken.
Roasting guests, bringing guests to roast. Them. Anyways, look, I feel like we're a kebab shop right now, roasting things. Yeah, let's get back to topic. Okay,
AI.
So we talk about AI and then Ubers. Yeah, and then you were mentioning about how Ubers are, I don't know, have really nice cars. I was gonna say something. Yeah, let's go back onto AI.
I got another way. AI is just like. Do you think AI in the next 10 years? Where do you think AI is going to be in the next 10 years?
That's a good question. Okay, first of all, I just remembered I was talking about deepfakes. Yeah. So when I said there'll be regulation of AI, so you know how you could plaster someone else's face
Yeah.
with this. Lately on Instagram and just over on the internet, there's been a lot of them lately where people just plaster a face onto someone, and it seems like there's a video
Yeah.
of someone doing this. Like the weirdest one I've seen is one of Obama, and it looks so realistic. I think with stuff
you
like
can
that,
do
it's
is just
scary.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like even in AI, like there's an app where you can actually write what you want, and then the picture, then AI will actually make that picture, which is sick. Like
Yeah.
you can write draw me a picture of a dog's head on a cat's body, and it'll just make it randomly, which is so sick. Yeah, and the best of AI, man. AI is just so sick, man. Amazing. I'm interested in AI. AI just genuinely is sick.
Sucker, bro.
Shout
So
out
we
to
just
the
sponsors of our video, which are not the sponsors
Hey,
of our
you're not a
video.
sponsor. Chawala, you're
Listen,
not sponsoring us.
How about
But
we take this up, because I do not want to make it seem like they need to be paying us for this. So someone bring the tape.
listen, we're juice. You know, we need. If you want sponsor, you got to pay us, innit?
Exactly.
We're
So
about 60.
shout
60 or
out
something
to
we get.
Chaiwala. You need to be paying us soon.
Why are you shouting them out?
So
Not
they
paying us.
start paying us soon.
That's not even happened for them. It'll be free sponsoring.
But yeah, anyways.
Let's cover this Chawala up.
We do.
Cover it up. I just realized, we actually. You know what I just realized? Yeah, is we're showing. Obviously, we're gonna be uploading onto YouTube, but we're uploading onto Spotify. So the guys that people that us listen to us on Spotify, they probably don't know what we're doing. They're probably just listening to us, chatting shit. They've never even seen that we got a Chawala cup. I think we need like someone just to describe everything.
Yeah, soon hopefully we'll pay someone to start putting in audio descriptions.
Yes. Our editor is shit.
Yeah, okay, look, guys. Okay, I think we need to make a rule. Yeah, we're making a rule. We're making a rule.
I'm just joking.
Guys,
Our editor is really good. Shout out to Akinem and Yusuf. MashaAllah. You know, they're doing amazing work. Yusuf is just started editing for us. So he's a young person from LMA, and you know, we're building him up with skills. That's what we're about.
I think he's gonna build us up after listening to our podcast and realizing how we
I think by the way, he's a boxer, so he might box us up. So next episode, we might have to do this.
I mean, we're in the ring already, so you know.
Easy for him, innit?
But yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna say a rule from now on: no more roasting to the end of this episode. I think there's some really passive aggression going on here. Yeah,
It's very weird. No, normally, to be honest, when we are normally like, we always talk about before the podcast, a week before the podcast we record, we just say the topics we're going to talk about. And at the moment, we did talk about AI. Uber drive came out of nowhere, and so many other things just randomly come out of nowhere. But it's very, I don't know, man. I think there's one thing, there's not just genuine not being, you know, organized. It's really good sometimes.
You know, I think it's nice in one way we have the conversation going in random places. You
Yeah.
know, I think nowadays as well, like certain parts of the world are so scripted and kind of forced. Like, I don't want to say I love this guy and I don't support everything he says, but especially before, I used to really like the originality of someone like Kanye West. Like, I'm not saying what he said is right, but he's like just outspoken, you know, confident, and you get a few
Yeah.
other guys like that as well. You know, in the industry.
No, but that's what I like. I like people just talk bad shit. This is really interesting.
I don't even think it's about chatting shit. I think it's someone who comes forward and says, "Okay, this is who I am," and like, especially this is actually a really good topic. Like, we got the elections going on right now,
Yeah.
and they're coming soon. And I think
Can we talk about it? The politics?
I don't. Okay, look, me and Amr always actually when we started this podcast, we always said, "Look, we want to keep politics out." I'm not being political here. Yeah, I'm not being political here.
Yeah.
But I think with like just in general, like I think a good rule for politics, I'd love to see happen soon, especially because there's a lot of independent politicians coming about.
Yeah.
As of this election, I think it'd be really nice if we had people that are just more accountable and honest. And what I mean by that is not honesty as in like, oh, I'm going to come forward and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Honestly, more in the way as in like, for example, we're human beings, even politicians, even no matter how well informed they are, it's not easy to be running a country or making decisions. Things are going to go wrong. You might make the wrong decision. Even you might make the right decision as things go wrong. It's the way the world
Yeah.
is. And in that case, it'd just be nice if politicians came out and said, especially like a prime minister, and just said, okay, look, this is what happened and it went wrong. I'm just going to be honest with you guys.
Nah,
Yeah,
I made a mistake.
Exactly.
Just admit
Like
that you made a mistake.
I just love to see that. Like I hate all this. Oh, but this is this, and then we get political and we start bringing up numbers and stuff. It'd just be nice if
Yeah. And
politicians came forward and just had some.
I think a lot of politicians, the people, some, I think, I'm not saying all politicians, some politicians are there to have power, to make money.
You know, that's a fact, but I don't think it's wrong. Okay, look, this is the thing, right? Now, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I don't think it's wrong to want power and want some money. Okay, look, money should not be the biggest incentive, especially if you're in a
Yeah.
place where the decisions you're making on a day-to-day are impacting this whole country and
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single person's life here. Like, people don't think of it this way, but when you think about politicians, the decisions they make could either lead to the deaths that happen in this country. Like, it makes an impact. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the people that are running this country are going to be affecting the mortality rates. Like, think about youngsters who are starving and can't go to school. It happens in the UK. There are
No,
already
it's
kids
true. Yeah, there are
who
people
died
in
from
the UK,
starvation.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, the politicians are going to be making decisions that are going to impact things like this. And I think people forget how severe and heavy it can be. So, as I was saying, the fact that a politician wants some power, it's not a bad thing. Because at the end of the day, I do believe life's a game and politics is a game, and you have to
Yeah.
climb the ranks, you have to level up. Okay, you have to, if you want to make an impact, you need to have a whole squad or team behind you. You need to have your party with you. It's the way the world is.
Yeah.
And it's not wrong in that way.
Yeah.
But I think it's the fact that the question is wanting power for the right reasons. What are your intentions for wanting power? Like, what are your intentions? Like, a lot of independent candidates are running right now, and I think my biggest question to them would be, it's like, what is it you want to do? And I don't mean that in a way as, oh, I want to build more schools and this and that. Like, what is the true, you know, they call it the North
you know-
Star.
You know what? One thing that I've learned from this all is voting and what's happening there, politicians, this and that. One thing is those who are voting, those who are 18% are thinking of voting, don't know who to vote for. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but just think in mind when you're voting for someone, think of not just what's benefiting you or benefiting the country, but also benefiting like other countries as well.
That's a big one. I don't know. It's weird, man. Because at the same time, it's like Someone said this to me once about politics, and by the way, we're not even delving into politics, which I kind of like because I want to be on the fence about everything. But
I hate politics.
I think I don't know.
I don't like politics at all. I hate it. Everyone that around me, like all my mates, they know I don't like politics.
I think politics, the field itself, is interesting. I think being alive in a time and having to vote for politicians and having to try to figure out what's right and what's wrong and what's great and what's
But it is a very dirty game.
Yeah, I agree.
Very dirty game.
I don't think it's a clean game anywhere. More or less, maybe in some places a bit cleaner, but generally it's quite a dirty game everywhere. But politicians, someone said something very funny to me. And it's like, at the end of the day, being a politician is about a popularity contest.
Yeah, it is. Technically, it is.
It's literally a popularity contest.
You're trying to get voters to vote for you. That's what you're trying to do. And the only thing for you to do that is just go around and go on social media, make videos, and do random stuff for you to get publicity.
But yeah, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys are gonna vote soon.
Vote for the right people. I'm not telling you who, but that's it. That's the end of politics. First, we've been with Amir and Abdullah. But anyway, so Abdullah, I got a question for you. Yeah, we are gonna end up going random topics today, so we're waffling around today. So, guys, you might actually enjoy it. This episode is called The Wafflers. But anyway, I got a question for you, Abdullah. Yeah, if someone gave you 100 mil, what would you use it for?
Okay, first of all, this was not. I don't know where this came from, but anyways, 100 mil. What would I use it for?
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that come to mind, and I hope most people. I don't think it's anything amazing to think like this. I think the biggest thing would come to mind is what can I give back? Like if I have the ability to have 100 mil. Okay, it depends what you say as well, because now I've got another question for you, and this is me just being.
You're not answering the question,
student.
man.
Listen.
Answer the first question first.
This is me being an economics student. Are you talking about 100 mil in liquid cash?
Yeah.
Because one thing people forget is there's billionaires out there, and they be like, oh, they have 100 billion, they can do this, but they don't realize how much of it is
A lot of it's already
literally.
invested in
I don't want to
other
call it
businesses.
unliquid or solidified. Like it's all tied up in assets. Like they can't. They don't have like 100 billion in account.
I'm
Maybe
thinking
something
cash.
like
Just in cash.
that. Cash. Okay.
You're a person right now. How you are as a person right now.
Okay.
Someone gives you 100 mil. Here, Abdullah, have 100 mil. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm so sorry. This is gonna sound silly, yeah, but a vine just popped into my head. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that vine? Yeah. Have you guys seen that vine? I will answer. But listen, have you guys seen that vine? Yeah. There's a TV reporter, and she goes into a betting station or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, if you win this bet, what are you gonna spend it on?" And the guy's like, "A bunch of hookers and some."
If you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
100 mil. Okay. First thing I think about, what could I give in charity? Because if I want there to be barakah in that 100 mil, I think I would just personally, in general, if I want to be satisfied with that 100 mil, I know I'm going to give a decent amount of it to projects. What projects? I don't know, because there's so many good projects out there and so many great charities, especially the one I do work with, One Nation. And LMA, of course, as well. I'd love to support so many projects here. Once we put that aside, biggest thing would be my family.
Okay.
Definitely.
How much would you give to your family?
Easy. I don't even know what I would give them, but I definitely, like, for example, in terms of property, the way we're living, I'd expand, make it more comfortable for them, make it better for them. Car, for example, I'd buy nice cars. It might not be the flashiest car, but I know for a fact some nice automatic cars or just more comfortable cars for my parents to get around definitely be at the top of my list.
Okay.
After that, a lot of it would be investing in myself. Like, I think it's easier said than done. So I don't want to speak like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because who knows, if 100 mil was to land in my account today, I could just go rogue and just have some crazy financial habits.
Look, because I was thinking, I was having a conversation with my dad a while ago about it. Like, being rich, money changes people. Like, I can say right now, I can have 100 mil right now. I can say I'll give this much to money, this much to charity. I'll give this much to a parent. I'll buy this. I'll buy that. But the thing is, once I have 100 mil, everything's out the door. It's all about me. That's how when you're rich, when you have money, is the only thing about is me. How can make your life easier? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's also the whispers at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
You can get to certain positions in your life where you might think, I'll do this and I'll do that, but then you get there and it's like, there's those whispers saying, oh, maybe what about this? What about that? Like, oh, 100 million, you're going to give 20 million charity? Like, what if you invest that 20 million and then you make more money and then you give to charity, which isn't a bad thought to have. But I think it's that self-discipline. And as long as your intentions are pure and you don't have that true attachment to your wealth where it's literally like, oh, every penny and what am I going to do? I think I definitely give a good proportion to charity, because if I've got that money, and especially if it's liquid, The weird thing is about these scenarios is how would they even get this scenario, because it's like the only thing I can think of is winning a lottery ticket, which is haram. But anyways, back
No,
to the
you
point.
never. Well, to be honest, for someone to be rich, you need.
Yeah, but no one. Okay, unless you're like become really successful and high in the ranks, where 100 mil
Yeah.
won't matter to you, and you're like a billionaire. Then you get 100 mil. I don't know, every hour, like someone like Jeff Bezos or something like that. But other than that, like people, I don't think even like multimillionaires who maybe have like hundreds of millions, I don't think they
No,
ever
I
just
don't-
get 100 mil like literally transferred into account one day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyways, forget about all of that and the delicacies. Let's get back into it. So I think I definitely give a lot to charity. My family, I think, would be there. I think those two are at the top. And then after that, I think I'd mainly think about investment opportunities, because I'd want to put my money before I start thinking about what I can do with it. Like if I was to see even 20 mil in my account, I'd be like, ooh, man, I could get this, I could get that. And
I can
I
buy
think,
this. You
Yeah.
can do a lot with 100 mil.
yeah, I think after that, it'd also be property for sure, easily. Like,
But
one
the
thing
thing
I'd do is,
would properties be? Because I heard something. So I was listening to another podcast, and it's by like another financial advisor, and he was saying that buying a house. No, it wasn't actually a financial advisor. It was actually the comedian. Yeah, but he was actually being serious. You know, comedians never serious, isn't it? But he said there was a question that got asked to him was, when you buy a house, would you buy it as an investment, or would you buy it just for your family, just to stay with your family? Is buying a house a good investment, basically? And the answer was, buying a house for an investment isn't a very good option, because at the moment prices at the moment are going high, crazy high at the moment. Yeah. But the thing is, there's always a chance is you're not always making money easily. You're once you sell a house, you must make what? Say we might 50K from the house. So it's not an investment where you'll always, unless you put into rent, but even that, you're not going to pay, that rent's paying off your mortgage. How long is that rent going to pay that mortgage for the house for? So it's not really a good business idea. It's not a very good investment, which I never thought of it. So then they said you should only buy a house for the comfort of your own family and for you.
so wait a second. He was saying that don't buy a house for what reason again?
Don't buy as more of an investment for business, to just like basically buy bare properties and then retire.
Wait,
It's not very good. It's not a very good idea to do it.
and what was his reason once again? It was something like paying off a mortgage. Now said that.
So his advice was I recommend people to not buy a house as an investment. Buy it as a
I don't
house
know.
for a comfort for yourself, which I get it. Because when you buy a house, once you buy a house and grow up, when we have our own family, we have our own kids and this and that. Yeah, at least as that house is for you. You got no stress, you got nothing to worry about.
Okay. I think personally, I think if you have 100 mil, like I don't think it'd be a stupid idea to stop buying
100
properties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you sack 100 mil, for example,
I don't know about what perspective he's talking about. Maybe someone who's on average income and is middle class. But if I had 100 mil in my account, I'd definitely buy some properties and it'd be a no-brainer.
100%.
Now, what
I think a
property-
lot of people. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
have the same idea of buying properties.
Yeah.
It's a lot much money.
especially because look, we're in the Leicester area, and like in Leicester, you could buy some decent houses for $1 million or $2 million. And I think I wouldn't think twice about buying one. But it's not just about that. I think it also like certain areas. I feel like in UK, I mean, mainly one area, but definitely some others. Like for example, London, for example, man, it is booming, man. The whole world, there's so much demand, and the space in London is so scarce. Like it's for sure buying in right now. I don't think would be a bad idea, as long as you think about what you're buying into and you're not buying it at a stupid price. Like certain areas in even east or slightly north of central, and even around the central London area, like there's huge investment going in there, man, and they're all becoming gentrified quite a bit. So I think it'd be a no-brainer to buy some property, and then
100%.
also properties up north, which are much cheaper in other areas. Yeah, but I definitely buy a lot of properties. Maybe not even just in this country. Like I've been Cape Town before. I love Cape Town, South Africa, and Iman Gadzi, which I don't want to give a shout out to, but he lives in South Africa and lives in Dubai. I don't know much about him. I mean, I've seen a few YouTube videos. That's it, really. But he said something about how he goes to Cape Town for like half the year, because he loves the vibe there. And I've been Cape Town. I love it there.
Yeah.
So I think I'd definitely buy a house in Cape Town for sure. Oh man. And then on top of that, maybe some other properties.
I might get scared. I might get robbed or I might get shot.
Oh yeah, man. Trust me, South Africa. Yeah, let's not stop talking about that. I'll be here the whole podcast. What did you talk about? But yeah, South Africa is nuts, man. It's crazy. You have to have a lot of security there. But yeah, back to the point. Property, I think, I don't know what perspective he was talking about, but I think it'd definitely be a no-brainer if you had 100 million.
You got 100 mil, 100%. I would
Um,
buy flipping 100 houses.
Yeah.
But just generic, like if you've never had 100 mil.
But would you say it's unethical what some people say? Like some people complain about, you know how a lot of, especially Muslim Asians have
yeah.
a lot of houses on rent? Sorry, they're the landlords of many houses and then they put it on rent. They have many tenants.
Yeah.
Some people say that's like kind of unjust and unfair. Like, you know, where's the, I don't know what to call it, the retribution or the equality of, you know, keeping some houses? Because this kind of mindset where a few people are buying up a lot of houses is just driving up the prices for houses, especially in certain areas in UK. So
Okay.
that's a whole topic in itself, which I don't even know what to think about. Because like, is it really wrong for them after they've worked so hard for this money and they made this system where,
Yeah.
you know, they're growing their wealth? Then at the same time, I don't know, man. It's a weird ethical question. But yeah, Amir, what would you do if you had one? Okay, wait, is that my complete answer? Property, I think home with family, charity. That'd mainly be it. And then after that, there's a fourth one. I definitely spend the money in ways I invest into myself. Maybe not investing just in terms of the monetary sense and economic sense or whatever you call it. I think just generally investing myself as in like whatever I love and enjoy and love doing. Like I'd get a nice car, not because like it might not be the flashiest car, but just so I can get around easier. And I think just stuff like that. Like I'd invest in my MMA game because I do MMA. Things like that. Like, you know, all these little things make a big difference. I think I just invest mainly in those kind of things.
I was actually waiting for you to say I'm going to give money to Amir, my co-host, but never said it.
Don't deserve it, mate.
It's fine. But anyway, what I'll do 100 mil. So,
Besides a bunch of hookers and cocaine.
yes, besides that. But anyway, I thought about it a lot, 100 mil. Having 100 mil is a lot of money. First off, yeah, obviously, I'll pay for mortgage for my parents, both. Pay the mortgage for both the houses. So, and also help my parents to retire. That's one thing that I want to do. Retire my parents and buy their dream car. That I think my dad wants a Merc, my mom wants a Range Rover. I think something like that now. They're both moving around.
You're gonna be one of them
No, my dad
Range
wants a
Rover mums.
Maserati. My dad wants a Maserati. But anyway,
Maserati.
so
Okay, very quickly. Sorry, Amir, to disrupt you there. What's your dream car?
my dream car.
We're not gonna point out the
Okay.
fact he doesn't have a license. I'm sorry, I had to bait you out. Okay, soon, inshallah. Everyone here make dua, yeah. But anyways, yeah, what's your dream car?
I'm gonna beat what he said. Anyway, yeah. My actual dream car is actually a Range Rover. But the thing is, there's a lot of stuff with the new range, which you know people can hack into and rob the car. So besides that, my dream car is a Rolls Royce. I would love to buy a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, but it's a Rolls Royce.
If I had money, 100%.
It's a Rolls Royce.
But besides that, it's got to be an Audi.
Fair enough.
I like
You
Audis.
know what my dream car would be? Something
Audi Q7.
very simple, yeah. I'm not a car guy. I don't know anything about cars, like literally nothing, yeah. Besides the fact that I don't know, you just on it and start driving. But I've always loved I've always loved Porsches. Porsche. I've always loved
What Americans say is Porsche.
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 Is that what you say?
Yeah, Americans say
You
Porsche.
know why I love
But it's not
Porsche?
Porsche. It's
And I'll
Porsche.
explain it so simply. It's so elegant and it's just class. Like at the end of the day, it gives that old money vibe. You know, that
Yeah.
generational vibe. You know, the person who plays tennis and polo on a weekend. And I just love that aesthetic. Like if I just, inshallah, one day have a Porsche, once you guys retire me by listening to this podcast,
Yes.
that's it.
But anyway, besides that, after family, I was to buy 2 houses. So one for me to live in and one just for put on rent. I'm not really greedy like Abdullah wants to buy like multiple houses. Yeah, I like to leave
Look,
houses for other
life is
people.
Monopoly. You have to keep moving
Yeah.
around the board or you get stuck in
After that,
jail.
I'll actually give a few mil to LMA. So obviously, I work with LMA and they do amazing stuff, amazing projects. So 100%, I'll definitely give money to them. And also that, keeping aside, invest in businesses. For example, any business opportunities, invest in it. And I might actually move out of the country because England is a shit place to live in. So I would actually move to somewhere in Arab in the Gulf. So not Dubai, maybe Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, one of those
Listen,
three countries.
he's
that
just
I'm
saying
moving to.
Kuwait because we went there together and he fell in love with it. But anyways, I think one thing just popped in my head that I spend 100 million on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not making this up. I would make a bunker. I've always thought this. I promise you. Yeah. I've always thought like somewhere in Wales
Yeah,
or some
meteorite's
shit.
gonna end up hitting the UK.
Nah, just in general, like, you know, a self-sustainable bunker. Like, look, I'm not one of them conspiracy freaks, yeah. But at the end of the day, if you've got 100 mil lying around and you can build this bunker, I don't know how expensive they get. It doesn't have to be underground, but it just
I
has to
think
be
it goes up
somewhere
to
that I'm
100
safe.
grand or
You know, if my life's in danger one day, I can run there and have John Wick protecting me. Like, that's one thing. And also
I know
another
you're
thing,
going to movies and that, yeah.
I'm never going to be. I'm just being honest. I've always thought if I ever got really rich, like, I just want to have a bunker.
But ready
I
for
wanna
what
be safe.
though? What's gonna happen?
That's the whole point. Like, the day something
You think
happens,
a
I'll be
zombie
like,
apocalypse is gonna
yeah, that
happen
was
or
worth it, huh?
Yeah, zombie apocalypse is gonna happen.
I'm not saying something's gonna happen, but at the end of the day, safety is number one. And at the end of the day, like, a bunker is a bunker, bro. It's just there. It's waiting. You know, it's nice knowing in the back of your head. Okay, yeah.
No, I'd rather
I've got
move to a
something.
different country.
No, I'll move to a different country as well. I mean, look, you can do a lot of things as long as you choose to spend 100 mil, right? But even then, I don't think 100 mil is a lot of money once you get that type of money. Once you realize what you can
Yeah.
spend it on, like, you still have to make sure, you know, you're averaging everything out and you're getting your budgeting, or I don't know, call it, your finances in, you know, right. Another thing I'd spend money on, this is a weird one, my own farm. And the reason
Yeah,
why
what, what kind of farm though? It can be animal farm, it can be a drug farm,
No,
it can be
all of that stuff.
What other farm, bro?
No, I think mainly, of course, animals, just produce basically, and even poultry as well. I don't mind. The reason why is because I hate how processed the whole world is, and I don't mind eating some processed food because at the end of the day, it tastes nice and you gotta live life. But I do feel like I'd love to have a diet where most, like 9% of the time, I'm eating not just clean food,
Fresh, clean.
but fresh. Like,
Yeah.
you know, none of the stuff where stuff's injected into the meat, or I don't know.
Well, that's what I realized. When we do Africa itself, like the steak there is fresh,
Oh,
clean
amazing.
compared to the UK. Like even if I have steak in the UK, it does not beat Malawi or Zambia. There's
No.
a big debate right now. Is steak better in Malawi or is steak better in Zambia? Any Malawians out there or any Zambians out there would know Zambian steak is much better than Malawi.
I think it's the whole of Africa, if I'm being honest with you, especially the southern part.
Yeah.
I've seen it everywhere.
But I think personally, Zambia's got the best steak.
Honestly, the steak was so good everywhere. I can't really draw a comparison. But yeah, in general, I think what's funny was when we were together in these countries, we'd literally see like the animals even being slaughtered and just see how fresh. I want to say fresh is the word, but how
We will see it getting slaughtered, getting skinned,
yeah, it's
then getting cooked, then in our stomach.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's mad how everything is untouched throughout the process. Like, they're not adding no chemicals in. They're not doing anything weird with the
everything's
animals.
fresh.
You know, it's honestly, and you can taste it as well. You feel good. Like once you've ate.
The thing is, if you have steak here, you'll have one piece of steak and you're full, you're done, finished. You can go to any of these countries in Africa, you can have 4 or 5 pieces of steak and then you'll be full. Even that, you don't be full.
I don't know if it's that. I think, okay, you know, I actually agree with you. It might be the bloated feeling. Like sometimes you'll have meat, especially in this country, and even if it's chicken, like you'll still feel a bit bloated. I mean, not that much, as much with chicken, but just in general, like the way everything is processed in the UK and America, I don't even want to get started. I haven't been there, but bro, I've had some crazy stuff. It does scare me quite a bit. But yeah,
Because America, they have a high quality of sugar. They have a lot of sugar in everything. Sweets, drinks.
I think it's syrups, it's things like that.
A lot of stuff. And I think in the UK, I think there's a law saying that you can only have a certain amount of sugar or oil in food or drink, something like that.
Yeah.
I need to pull up on that. Do your thing.
But yeah, so as I was saying, I definitely buy a farm. These are a few things I'd buy. There's so much other stuff I can say. But yeah, that's really mainly it. I think once I get 100 mil, I'll come back on a podcast and answer the question of what I spent it on.
Actually, you know what? If I had 100 mil and the podcast is still there, I'll buy a full setup, a brand new setup for the podcast.
You know what?
I'll hire a whole crew.
I'll give you an answer you wanted, yeah? I'd fly out the lads as well. To like an island or something, I don't know. I don't know, wherever they want to go.
Maldives and that.
You know what, we'll go somewhere cheap, Thailand or Turkey.
I think the thing, you had 100 mil. You said Thailand.
It doesn't mean I have to spend all of it on you.
I'm not saying
Did you
all
make
of
the
it.
100 mil?
Make it together.
Yeah. But anyways, come. That's
Sounds a bit cringy.
that's our answer.
Anyway, another question for you. If you can go anywhere around the world, where would you go?
What do you mean go? Like, where do I want to travel to right now?
Travel.
I don't know how to answer that question. You know what is? Every place is just so unique and so amazing. Like, I remember I went to Zambia and I was like, that's my first country I ever went to in Africa. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, next South Africa, bro, this is amazing, even more. Then I went to Malawi. I was like, yo, this is next level. And then I went back to South Africa, and I seen Cape Town. I seen another side
Yeah.
here. I was like, oh my god, this is exceptional. And honestly, everywhere is so different and so beautiful. And so, even within countries, like cities are completely different. But I think definitely for sure what's on my list right now, because I've done a lot of Africa already, I think I want a little break from Africa. I wouldn't mind us to stop.
Somewhere in Asia.
Asia's on my list
Yeah,
because I feel like
yeah.
America's kind of always there, and America just wants attention.
I wouldn't mind going South America.
Yeah, I've been to the Gulf a little bit, so the Gulf is kind of out. I would say off there. I think I'd love to go weirdly. This is a really weird one, but I'd love to go. To I'd say like Russia and below Russia. You have like Tajikistan, Mongolia, and then you also have the Turkmenistan.
I'm bad at geography.
So those countries, I'd be really interested. Only reason being is no tourists ever really go there. I just want to
Yeah.
know what it's like. Like
You
no
know what
one
I
talks
realized?
about it, nothing. I
You know
want
one
to see.
thing I
what it's
realized
about.
with me and you, we travel countries where there is not many tourists there.
That's because we've been on charity distributions
But
in
not even that. For
Africa.
example, Kuwait. We hardly
That's
see
true. Very
any
true.
tourism there. Maybe because obviously wasn't much to do in Kuwait anyway for like tourists to do. You can't go.
It's not a very touristy country. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go scuba diving. You can't go, car biking in a desert. There isn't really much. To
I
do
think
in
I
Kuwait.
think it's just I wouldn't say less developed, but they've pumped less money into the tourism industry.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't pumped enough money to make
But they don't
tourists
even
enough
need to, man. They got the oil.
compared to
They don't need, man. They don't need tourist money.
everywhere needs tourist money. I'll tell you that. Why do you think why do you think the whole Gulf is moving away from oil money? Because oil's not going to last forever.
That is true.
And
That
tourism,
is true.
tourism never hurts. I mean, it does hurt in one way where, okay, yeah, you've got to deal with the tourism and make sure everything goes smoothly and things like that, paperwork and stuff. But at the end of the day, tourism, the money that comes in from tourism never hurts. So I think every country can benefit from tourism. Like think about UK. Like this would be actually a very good statistic to know how much money you think UK makes just from tourism. Like it just comes into the economy because like people's money from outside the country is coming in the country.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying how much money do you think comes into the country?
How much money comes into
from tourists, like the whole industry. Think about what they spend on a hotel, what they spend on food. There's something with that in economics, by the way. It's money coming into our economy that wouldn't have come unless it came to a country.
Probably a bill.
Let's check it out. Let's see what my favorite thing ChatGPT has to say about
I
this.
thought you knew it. What kind
I
of
didn't know about this.
economic student are you?
I don't know.
No wonder you're failing in your course, man.
Where am I failing?
But
What's
anyway,
going on?
Yeah, while he sets that up, yeah, I want you guys to comment down below which country that you would like to go to or what country that you would love to move to. If you could go any country in the world that you want to move to or go on a holiday, where would it be? Mine would 100% be Qatar. Just because no tax there, hardly tax there. And this is a really nice country, isn't it, man? What about you, Abdullah?
Okay, look at this. Yeah, I just searched up. In
Go on.
2019, 234 billion.
See, I was close. I said billion.
That's accounting for 10% of the country's
close.
GDP. That is insane. 234 billion pumped into the economy from people coming from abroad. That is
That
nuts.
is mad. Never thought about who wants to come to the UK?
Yeah, in 2020 it went down because
Like,
of
what
COVID.
do you have? We don't have weather. We don't have a desert. We don't have a proper beach.
What do you think current levels are? What are
do we
current
have?
levels? No, but London mainly is a big one.
Maybe because of the king.
Um,
But even that, man, when do you really see the king? I've lived in Leicester. I lived in UK my whole life. But I've never seen the king. in
no,
my
it's not
life.
the king. What are you on about? Bro,
Oh, the
London
Queen. I've not
has so
seen
many
anyone.
London has so many sites, bro. You know how much history is in London, like the stuff that happened.
Well, no, Big Ben,
Oh my goodness.
the big wheel. I don't know what
Someone
you call the
shoot
big wheel.
this guy, please.
What else can you do? Bro, I think London is just a shithole. I might get shot later, but it's just I got no beef with people that's from London or anything like that. I just don't really see the attraction of it. Like I've hardly been in London. Like I've only been in East London. That's because of the food. Other than that, I've never really been Central London. Probably been Central London 2-3 times in my
Fun
life.
fact: me and Amr might be going. I actually need to book the tickets for that this Sunday,
Yes.
the coming Sunday, and we're literally going for one reason, and that's to eat
Yep.
some meat majboos, which is a Kuwaiti dish.
can't wait
There's
for
a,
that,
there's a restaurant in Knightsbridge, which
yeah.
is amazing. It's a chain that's from Kuwait, and oh my goodness, I've been craving it for
Since
so long.
since we came back from Kuwait,
So long.
I've been waiting for it as well.
So I'm literally going London. I open invite to everyone, even people who listen to our podcast. You're gonna join us that day.
You're not invited. But anyway,
I was just gonna say that. But yeah, we're gonna be going down just to have some lamb and rice. Very interesting, isn't it?
yes. Okay, I've got another question. Yeah, we're just going randomly. Just generally, this podcast is about countries. Yeah. So, question for you: what is your favorite cuisine? I'm saying 100% Afghani food. I love Afghani food. It's just I don't know. Like since I've had it once, a few years ago, it's just like I've always loved Afghani food. But there's nowhere in Leicester that makes authentic Afghani food.
You know what it is? I think every cuisine, number one, is about how much of the cuisine have you actually ate, because there's so many dishes in Afghani cuisine you probably never had.
100%.
And number two, I think it's also the fact that everyone has their own preferences. I don't think there's a wrong answer. Mine would definitely be Indian, just because like.
But you have Indian every day,
Bro, I
man.
can say-
Your
No,
mom makes
no, but
your mom makes
this
that dal
is-
chawal
this is what you don't
every
understand.
day, fam.
Number one-
roti and bloody dal and this that,
No.
bro. Be something different, man.
No, listen. This is where you're wrong, and I'll explain to you, Amr. Yeah. Now, the Indian cuisine is actually so much more versatile than people think.
Please close the legs,
Yeah?
Abdullah. You
No,
haven't
no,
seen
listen.
this, but it's
Yeah.
just very wide open.
Let's bleep that out, please. But anyways, it's very versatile. Like, for example, yeah, when you think of Indian cuisine, what do you think of? Oh, biryani, butter chicken. Bro, there's so much more.
Dal
Think
chawal.
about Gujarati vegetable. Think about like all the bel puri, masala dosa.
Yeah.
And then so there's all that vegetable stuff which you got like dal.
I'm not
and then
vegetarian.
this type
I
of
don't
dal,
eat
you got
vegetables.
Mung beans. I eat vegetables. It's amazing. Then
No one asks, but it's fine.
like curry kitchen, and then think about all the types of rice there are, and then think about all the types of curries there are. Like there's a lot, and then think about all the grilled Indian food there is.
You have it all the time.
The
You're
mixed
in your
grill,
life.
the
You're gonna get
tandoori
married to someone
chops,
from
or
back
tandoori
home.
chops,
Yeah,
the
she'll
lamb
make it for you
chops,
any day you want.
tandoori chicken. It's so like you can't go wrong with these.
Don't
dishes.
get me wrong, the food is banging. I like Indian food, but something about my favorite thing is Afghani food.
Okay, let me.
I can have Indian food any day.
let me-
I tell her, I'll make roti and chicken, she'll make it. Or dal chawal. You know, do you get what I mean? Like,
No, but this is where you're going wrong, and I'll explain. If you love this cuisine so much, let's rephrase the question. What cuisine, if you had to pick one, you'd have to eat for the rest of your life? What would it be? Mine would be Indian, just because it's safe. It's got so much of a mix of everything. Yeah, some dishes that are quite light. There's some dishes that are more heavy. There's some meat dishes. There's some non-meat dishes. It's a good balance. Because you remember, the Indian cuisine is much more vast, like way more vast than people think. You know, just biryani.
Yeah,
there's
it's
Sindh type of
true.
biryani. There's
Yeah, I know.
Hyderabadi type of biryani. There's so many different types of just
yeah,
biryani,
100%.
bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can make it with chicken. You can make it with lamb. You can mix it up. Like these other. Okay, I think everyone can pretty much agree it won't be English cuisine. Yeah, and then
100%, it's very
let's be
dry.
honest.
Yeah.
European cuisine does not appeal that much
Nope.
to people from the Indian subcontinent. So that's off there. African cuisine I've had. I thought it was okay.
But what is
I didn't think it was
cuisine though?
like, you know, pop in South Africa call it pop. You know that maize, and then they put that with like
Maize.
they have like okra. But even
Yeah.
Africa's so big. There's different types of cuisines. But from the ones I've had, you gotta remember like the steaks and stuff we have in Africa. It's not African
It's
cuisine.
not- it's not cuisine.
What
That's
African
more of a-
actually have is like the maize flour and the
Yeah,
pop
I
and
know.
those kind of dishes. I mean, I've had
Maize
it.
is nice.
I haven't
You know
enjoyed
what I
it.
hate
I haven't enjoyed
maize?
it that much.
You know when I hear the
Some
word
thing.
maize, you know that movie Grown Ups? And Grown Ups 1. And where the actor says maize. Maize. It's funny because my head all the time.
Okay.
But when you say that, it pops in my head all the time. But I would say Pakistani food. If I have my recipe, I like Pakistani
Okay,
food.
this is where another.
It's very similar to Indian food. Don't get me wrong. But
I'm not trying
I'm not Pakistani. I'm not Indian. I'm Malawian.
Okay, man, don't start about this. But anyways,
I'm Scottish.
one thing I think like Indian and Pakistani cuisines are so similar only because they were literally one country. I'd
They
say
just
just
divided.
over 100 years ago. Yeah. So in that way,
We're doing it's very similar, but Pakistani
Only
food I
it's
think
very
it's just a
similar.
bit more. I don't know. I just prefer it.
I think it's a little bit more different. Especially certain regions of Pakistan, you know, it does differ because Pakistan itself is quite big. You have the sides near Afghanistan, which
Yeah.
of course is probably more influenced by Afghanistani food or Persian food. So, but yeah, I think my answer would very much be Indian because I can't think of Japanese or any of that side of Asia. Like I've had Korean food and I've enjoyed it, but I don't have something I could have every day.
Yeah, I'm not
But
very.
Indian's so versatile, and American food doesn't exist. Okay, they colonized so many countries,
there's
took the dishes and then
burgers
mixed it up.
and
Like
chips and
they took
pizzas.
pizzas, they took hamburgers. They came from Hamburg in Germany. You know, they took a lot of dishes from all over the world and made it. Same with UK, not UK actually, but
We
so-
can got fish and chips.
so what does that leave? That leaves South American food. Okay, now that I don't know. I haven't
Mexican-
tried that much.
Mexican food is banging.
So that could be there.
Can't lie.
But
Mexican food.
most likely it'll be Indian.
Shout out Mexicans.
I am biased, by the way, because I'm Indian, but it'd most likely be Indian for me. But I think everyone's preferences would definitely be different.
Forget Indian food. I've had enough of it.
We'll end it on a good note. Just want to say, guys, thanks for all the support. Really appreciate it. It's been a good one. Another episode. Let us know what you think of the podcast.
Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube. Press the alarm button. Whatever it's called, the button that presses your notification button. Follow us on our social media: Instagram, TikTok. That's it, really. And Spotify. Listen to us on Spotify if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, please share around and just some homework for you guys. Number one, roast us as much as you can in the comments.
Yep.
And
comment down below what's your favorite country, what country you'd like to stay, or
anything we've discussed in here. Feel free to answer it in a comment section on all our social media platforms, which Amir had just said. Another thing I want to let you guys know is we had so much technical issues setting up this podcast. I don't know if you guys have recognized this, but this isn't even a mic. Like, it's not connected to anything. It's actually a dummy mic. Look, it's not
dummy mic.
nothing. It's not connected, nothing. So what happened was these mics, we tried to arrange them. I don't know, we kept having issues. Not with the mics, with the wires or something. So we had to last minute pull out these
TikTok shop. Shout out to
mics. Yeah, which thanks to Akhi Naeem for putting them out. But yeah, this whole podcast, these have literally just been for display. So
just act professional, but I don't. Yeah,
you know what they say, fake it till you make it. So inshallah, we'll make it one day. We'll have 100 million account,
inshallah,
and then we can
afford to build our equipment.
Yeah,
and get a better team. But anyway,
that's it. Inshallah.
Yeah, that's it, really. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And we hope to see you soon with another episode, maybe with another guest. We want to know what guest do you want on?
Yeah.
And don't say yourself. Yeah. I know you some people watching saying, I'm going to put my name down. No, don't put your name down. Put someone else.
A good idea would be if everyone nominates someone else, of course, not themselves, to come on the podcast. And we'll see.
You need someone with a good following. A big following?
honestly, jokes aside, you know, the numbers mean one thing, but honestly, they don't mean everything. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we just want people on here to really bring the perspective and side of the story they have, especially if they're from the Leicester community. But we're not limited to that, you know.
Yeah.
And for that reason, please let us know whoever you think. If you want to come on yourself, jokes aside, please give us a message. Give us a message.
Let our team will get back to you. But when I say my team, it means myself. We're not that big enough to have a team.
One man army in it.
That's it.
But yeah, Jazakallah for listening, guys. It's been a good one. Honestly, if you've stuck around this long after hearing all of that mess for an hour, you have a lot of patience and sabr. So may Allah reward you. And that's it, really.
Yeah.
So, that's a wrap. Take it easy. And until next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.